Festival. What's attracted you to Appledore?
Well, I was invited.
You invited him?
To be quite frank, but I love Devon. I love this bit of the coast anyway. I used to live across the border just a little way in Camelford, on the edge of Bodmin Moor, and this was just about within my day trip excursion sort of range when friends came to stay. But now I live way down at the far west of Cornwall. This is quite exotic for me coming up here.
Do you find that if you've got appointments elsewhere in the country, it's quite hard having to travel back down to the southwest all the time?
It is. I tend to try and stick the appointments together. So yeah. I'll look ahead in the diary, and if I'm already going up to London to do something, then it's not that much further to go on to Cambridge or wherever. Yeah. So I have these crises of travelling. I've got very, very good at getting the best out of the trainline.com. I do all my own train booking and then just bill it back to my publishers. The journeys get pretty complicated.
I was interested, I just read at the back of your book that you were a waiter singer?
Singing waiter.
Singing
yes,
waiter, yeah.
Yes, that was my first paid job when I left university.
What did that entail?
Waiting at tables and sitting every now and then at the piano and playing and singing Cole Porter songs and things like that. It was a terrible restaurant. I discovered afterwards the whole thing was a front. They were dealing drugs out of the kitchen, and I think we were just window dressing.
Is music quite a big influence on you?
Big part of my life, yes. I think, looking back, I thought I was going to be a professional musician till I was about 15 or 16, and then, thank God, I saw sense. But then I wanted to be an actor, which was even less sensible. I've never really been drawn to jobs that make grown-up money to my parents' despair.
What do you play in?
I play the cello and the piano, but mainly the cello now. That's the thing I do a lot of. So my Richard and Judy present to myself was to commission somebody to build me a Baroque cello.
Oh, wow.
So I now have two cellos and very different instruments, and I love it.
Did you play in a Baroque orchestra?
I play in a sort of Baroque band. Most of the time there are only about 4 or 5 of us, but we're hoping to expand a bit. And then I play my modern cello with the Penzance Orchestral Society. Oh, we're pretty terrible, but I love it.
It's good fun. It's good fun.
Yeah.
So what other inspirations have you had apart from music, generally on your writing?
Well, other writers, mainly. We were talking earlier about what to do at university, and I'm still influenced by the writers I studied at university. I did an English degree. And I always advise people who are thinking, I want to be a novelist when I grow up, I always say to them, well, just be calm and unexciting and do an English degree. Don't think you have to go and do a creative writing degree, because I think reading is one of the best kinds of training a writer can get, and you never stop learning from the reading you're doing. Even if it's a bad book, it's teaching you something.
Yeah. When did you start writing?
Gosh, well, when I was really very small, but I didn't start writing thinking it was going to be anything grown up until I was in my 20s, I suppose. I wrote my first novel when I was 21.
Wow.
But it was very short, so it's not as impressive as it sounds. And I didn't even then think it was going to be a job. It was really something I did for fun. I can't quite believe I'm still making a living out of doing something that feels like self-indulgence, really.
So what are your aspirations for the future?
To write a book I'm proud of, I suppose.
You're not proud of the books?
I'd like to be published in America again as well. The American market is very, very difficult for literary fiction, especially English fiction. And I was published there when I was a funny novelist. My early novels were quite obviously funny, and the Americans liked that. And I think when I started going darker, they weren't sure how to handle it. So